Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we break down the complex world of business and finance so you don't have to. Today we are diving into GENESCO Incorporated's latest filing, and let me tell you there is some interesting news about how they are doing with their sales. We are going to look at what they said about their sales performance and what it could mean for the company. Before we get into it, make sure you are subscribed to the channel for more insights like this and join our growing community on Discord, link in the description below. Alright, so this is a current report from GENESCO Incorporated, which is basically a heads up to investors and the public about important events that are happening. These kinds of reports are filed with the US Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC, when a company has something significant to share. And here it looks like they are sharing some sales updates. The date here is the 12th of January 2026, which means whatever they are reporting happened on or before this date. Companies use these forms to keep everyone in the loop. This filing is for GENESCO Incorporated, a company that is incorporated in Tennessee. You might know them from their retail brands. They have been around for a while and are traded on the New York Stock Exchange under the ticker symbol GCO. Now this section tells us about the main news. Regulation FD, or fair disclosure, means that when a company releases important information, it has to be shared with everyone at the same time, not just a select few. This part says that on the 12th of January 2026, GENESCO Inc. put out a press release talking about their comparable sales. So what does comparable sales mean? Think of it like this: if a store was open for the same amount of time this year as it was last year, and they compare the sales from those periods, that is comparable sales. It's a way to see if the business is actually growing or shrinking without being confused by things like new stores opening or old stores closing. What's important here is they are giving us a look at how their sales are doing up to the 27th of December of last year for their fourth fiscal quarter. This is a key indicator of how well the company is selling its products. They also mentioned that their management team would be speaking at the 2026 ICR conference. This conference is a big event where companies talk to investors and analysts about their performance and future plans. Hearing them speak at this conference is another chance for the market to get more details about the company's sales and strategy. They even said that the audio from this presentation would be webcast live on their internet website. The actual press release with all the juicy details is filed along with this report as Exhibit 99.1. Think of exhibits as the supporting documents for the main report. This section lists all the exhibits attached to the report. Here it is again, Exhibit 99.1, the press release from the 12th of January 2026. This is where we would find the actual numbers and commentary about their comparable sales performance. And Exhibit 104 is the cover page data in a special format called Inline XBRL. This is used for making financial information more accessible and easier for computers to read and analyze. Now, while this report doesn't contain detailed financial statements itself, like a balance sheet or income statement, it points us to a press release that contains key sales information. From what we can gather, the core of this report is about the company's sales performance for a specific period. Without the full press release here, we can infer that the company is likely sharing either positive or negative trends in its comparable sales, and this is crucial for understanding the health of its retail business. For a company like GENESCO that operates multiple retail brands, understanding how comparable sales are performing across its different segments is like looking at the vital signs of the business. If comparable sales are growing, it suggests that their existing stores are becoming more productive and their strategies for attracting and retaining customers are working. If they are declining, it could indicate challenges such as shifting consumer preferences, supply chain issues, or competitive pressures. When we look at companies like GENESCO, we want to see their comparable sales growing consistently. This shows that despite changes in the market and new competitors, they can still get people to buy more from their established locations. It suggests smart inventory management, effective marketing, and a strong appeal of their brands like Journeys or Chic. A drop in comparable sales can be a red flag. It might mean their merchandise is not resonating with shoppers or that their pricing strategies are off. It could also be a sign that the overall retail environment is tough. We always want to see how these numbers stack up against their own past performance and against competitors in the same space. This report focuses on the fourth fiscal quarter to date for the period ending the 27th of December. This is a really important time for retailers as it encompasses the holiday shopping season. A strong performance here could set the company up well for the rest of the fiscal year. Overall, GENESCO is in a competitive retail landscape. Companies that can effectively gauge and respond to consumer demand are the ones that thrive. This report, by highlighting comparable sales, tells us they are focused on this important metric. Investors and analysts will be looking closely at the numbers released in that press release to see if the company is on a solid footing or facing headwinds. The fact that they are presenting at a major conference like the ICR conference on the same day they are releasing this information suggests they have something significant to discuss, maybe even a turnaround story or strong growth indicators. Looking ahead for GENESCO, it will be important to watch how these sales trends continue. Are they able to sustain any positive momentum and translate it into profits? Are they adapting to the ever-changing world of retail with online shopping and evolving consumer tastes? The comparable sales data will give us a concrete measure of their progress. To wrap up this filing by GENESCO Inc. is focused on providing an update on their sales performance through a press release. It highlights their commitment to transparency, especially around a critical sales period. The information release would give us a direct insight into the operational health and customer engagement of their various retail segments. So what is our take on this? GENESCO is clearly putting a spotlight on its sales performance, and that is a good thing for transparency. The real story is in the numbers within that press release. If comparable sales are up, it signals positive momentum and effective strategies. If they are down, it means they have work to do to reignite customer interest and adapt to market changes. It's a classic case of watching the vital signs of a retail business. The upcoming presentation at the ICR conference will likely provide more context and future outlook based on these sales figures. We will be keeping an eye on GENESCO to see how these trends play out. Alright, that is our breakdown of this GENESCO Inc. filing. What is your take on these numbers and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.